Think they weigh too much?
No, they don't.
Wait a minute.
Anywhere it'll go.
Okay, now do it. Go. I think it just died.
It died on you.
It's dead.
Yeah. put it in your pocket? Throw Grandmama a kiss. Throw Grandmama a kiss. Throw me a kiss.
Well, the azalea man told me this morning that he had terrible, terrible cancer. One day it'll be a sight.
Those dogwoods are beautiful.
Janice had the right idea about getting them trimmed up from the bottom.
Yeah, keep them.
I wouldn't have done it. Yeah, I know. I wish I were there. I'm not kidding. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Hi, guys. Y'all all right? Y'all been to church? We did too. We get ready to eat a fish.
Mm.
That's what we were just comparing my Bradford white white. Oh no, that's my oxygen.
Were you glad to find your summer clothes?
Yes, definitely.
That pretty, those azaleas.
Clover at the school, just like the clover patch like this. It's just exactly like this.
Y'all sofa sign. Josh, it's too windy.
They hit
Well,
a rock and
that's
slid
good
off.
for him. That'll make a boy out of it.
Josh, were you a little girl
He
before?
didn't cry, right?
Well, Papa said it'd make us because of the thing that we're gonna have
We're gonna
his
have-
way. No, we're gonna make
Huh?
an old clock.
By moving the hand.
Wow.
Tom got those with his bank draft.
Some macaroni.
Maybe that's what he was wanting me to take a
He wanted to
picture
get a
of.
picture of his puppy.
Gilbert, I
Yeah.
wish you would swing through the living room.
And here's a pair of pants. And there's a pair
Put
of...
it in the-
Okay.
I can't ride up.
Too fast.
Watch where you're going. Move, Paige.
There we go.
Get out there so you can get it.
Oh, look how good.
Now get on it again and come this way.
Boy, he put on brakes.
That old picture. Don't get out of the way, Josh.
Who did you find, Justin?
He's gonna see if the ground come up and hit him in the mouth again. Come here, Jess. Come on. Come on.
I just woke up. He wore a bit of green and then red, and that green just picked, looked real cute on him.
Oh.
What, ma'am?
Okay, Sue Dealer.
Yeah.
I want you to tell me what year you was born and where you was born.
Who?
I thought she was hatched.
I'm so that I was hatched over in Georgia, and my name is Sue Dealer. Now, not something
With
Della.
two L's or one L?
It's
D-E-L-A?
Suedela. Sue Dealer. Not Della, nothing fancy, just plain old Sue. And I was born June the 13th, and 19, and do I have to say it? 18.
Oh, is he so long time ago?
Now, you know, that's going to be wonderful. I can just praise the Lord for letting me live all 70 years this year. Won't that be wonderful?
Get up, be seven.
Oh, don't that
Get in, get up.
Gaynell, don't that sound a whole lot? Don't it? It does.
Okay,
Now.
is that give? Is
And
that,
I'm not worrying about it much, but in a way, now you just think it won't take me but 30 to be 100. Woo! I'm over half a 100. I'm almost
Well, Mildred's
100.
already half 100. I believe it upset me more when I was 50.
Yeah, and
But that goes right across your
That-
face.
oh, okay, okay.
How about this?
Get all of me. Why not get all
Well,
of
whenever
me?
the first time I saw 50, when I wrote down that I was 50, it was only in the year,
You felt kind of,
that it is a half of 100. Whole lot worse than 64.
but you know what? That never did bother me. I'll be honest with you. Up even, and I was proud to say I was 65. You know, to me, because that's retirement age, and I was proud of it. But this year, I don't know what made it.
You get real close.
I didn't know what. I didn't know what made it, but last year, after my birthday, they'd be times that, now I'm not really worried about being old like some people now and are ashamed of my age. I'm
at
not.
least you ain't gonna tell us.
No, if I did, now this is what God.
I don't ever.
You know, this is what I thought.
You don't have to.
I'm
you're
gonna
old.
be. But see, I'm 69 now. The next birthday will be 70.
7.
And that's gonna sound up. And I ain't got much longer here on this earth. I'm just time's running out.
Well, you can
And,
laugh
and
about
I don't.
it
Well,
anyway.
see, I don't feel like time's running out. I feel like I'm 35. I believe they've added 35 years old to me.
You are enjoying life.
But
and
you
that's
know
you
what?
want to.
Zeno made me. I told someone. I said I count that the greatest compliment I've ever had paid to me. Zeno Smith don't pay compliments to very many people. I mean, and he don't do it unless he means it.
Yeah.
But it was so sweet. He said it in the sweetest. The way he said it, it was just so sweet. He said, "Well, I'm going to tell you something." Said nobody would never know it. Said you just be proud. If anybody can grow old and get about the way you do, be proud of it. And that made me feel good. I said, well, thank goodness somebody's going.
Well, let me tell how old I am.
Don't get there. You were just a
I'm
baby.
Alpha County now, not where it shows.
No,
Y'all get it straight.
Hey,
'Cause I
don't listen-
wasn't there, so I don't know. I have to
Don't
depend
listen,
on
Gaynell.
them.
You
tell
wasn't
me
born
what-
between what I was going about. You was going between Honey Path and you said Abbeville, and that's on a different highway. You was born
Well,
between
that
Honey
was
Path
probably
and
before you
Ware
carried me
Show.
over there.
No, it might have been.
Donald's, is
No.
that for Donald?
No, it's
No.
down to Ware Show,
Show.
between Honey Path and Ware Show.
Okay.
Right. Now, keep
My name is. I gotta get a close on the face.
Hey, Gaynell.
Oh, now you make me blush.
She's from the
My
flapper
name
days.
Is Gaynell Nettie Hanvey Ball, B-A-L-L. And I was born March the 9th. Now just listen to this. It's not far behind you. 1924. And I was born between Honey Path and Ware Shows. Oh, but it was in Abbeville County.
Right.
And Sue carried me down to see where I was born. And I don't see how Mama and Daddy and the, 6 that's older than me, or how many is older than me?
Ruth, Carl, that's it. Ruth, Carl, me, and JP and Edith. Five.
So there's 5 above me with 6 children.
It was packed up, honey.
It was just a small house. But that wasn't unusual back in those days. And people just had children in houses, I guess.
We was poor.
No, we wasn't poor. We were poor. No, we were rich.
Right, we was rich in love.
We were rich.
Right.
And
I'm kidding.
I have a paper at the house that I want to get framed sometimes. And it's at the back of an envelope that Mama wrote. It was my birthday, March the 9th, and she was telling me about somebody coming to her house. I don't remember if I thought about it. I brought it this morning. But I want that fixed where it could be handed down into generations. Where Mama wrote about what happened, some of the things that happened that night.
That you were born?
And she said that was
Sister,
Brother Culp,
was it
Pepper?
Sister Broom that come?
Sister Broom, she's a doctor.
Yeah, she is. She was
Yeah, I had a doctor. That's why
she was a
You had a
midwife.
doctor?
She was a midwife.
No, she
Well,
was
she-
a doctor.
Well, she was,
and all that-
well, see, that's what they called her. She was a doctor, but they called her midwife. And she come and stay. She just loved Mama and them so good that she would come lots of times and stay about a
Sister
month
Broom.
before the babies would
Well,
be
she
born.
was.
Well, I
Well,
remember
now,
her.
Daddy had to go get her that night and bring her in the wagon.
Yeah, because it was
And
before.
he picked up this brother and brought him there, and they were in the same room where Mama was, where the fire was, where she was having me. And Sister Broom kept saying, just go ahead, just go ahead and be quiet, and we'll do it by ourselves, and just let them sit up there and talk.
Yeah.
That's the way I came into the world.
Wasn't that
I
wonderful?
thought that was the way Velma was. I thought, did Daddy have somebody there when Velma died?
No,
I mean,
it's-
Velma was born?
No, that's when I was born. Oh my goodness, this morning and every morning if I get up and I have my
I was
dining room
trying to
light,
think where it was
dining room
Velma
light
born.
on, Velma comes, she goes to work 5:45, I reckon. And she toots that horn. She
I
says
got
she
a
does,
call.
I just cries. She says she cries when she's going.
Yes.
I got a call.
She wants to be. So.
I want her to come up here, and I'm gonna call her and tell her to come up here, so because I want everybody, to
Yeah.
talk, so we can kind of remember some of the things.
Well,
Do you remember what happened when you was born that morning? That
no.
day that you was
But
born?
Mama, see, a doctor did deliver me, a man doctor. It wasn't a woman. It was a man doctor that come and.
And you're a Georgia cracker.
And I was born.
No
Mama
wonder
and them.
No wonder you're so weird.
Dear, that's it.
Well, I
That's
didn't
the reason
know
That
I'm
might be, they
different.
might have the wrong age on her.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
It could be. I
I believe
didn't know.
they did. I believe I was born after y'all.
I didn't know. See, I didn't know this woman, anything about this woman till I got my birth certificate, and then I started asking Mama about it, and it had on there that Daddy was a farmer, I believe, and textile worker.
Yeah.
And he was both, and Mama was a minister of the gospel.
Well,
And she was, Mama was 27 when I was born.
When I'm not a boy or a girl, I'm a burl. If you don't
Well,
believe
see, I
it,
thought you was different. But no, where
well,
was
I
Velma
didn't
born?
notice it till.
I used to
McCall?
remember.
Yeah, McCall. I'm pretty sure Velma was born in McCall.
Well, let me
No,
see.
let's see, no, Grace was born at
Bunker Hill. Yeah, and I remember.
Now, I
Grace.
remember living in McCall.
Velma.
I must have been born at Dillon.
Don't you know?
Cause I remember McCall. That's the first place that I
Yeah.
really remember.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I
And
remember.
they're not that. How much?
We
you
lived
raised
at
y'all's age?
McCall, one place where they had a wood yard, and
Yeah,
had
that's
two.
where I remember.
See,
Well,
China
was
berry
that the only
trees.
time we ever? That's where
No,
the
we
flood
lived
came up.
when we first got but when we first moved there, we lived behind where the church was at, over on the other side of
Well,
the
I
railroad.
don't remember nothing about a church.
Well,
I don't remember the church
well,
or
see,
whatever.
I
or going to church
remember
or nothing.
that.
But
You're
I
too
remember
little.
brother. I
Yeah.
remember brother Otis Smith came and ran a revival,
Yeah.
and he got me a little nigger doll for Christmas. He did.
Yeah.
He did.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had a special place in my heart for him. But now, what I would like to know is, I know.
Is he still living?
No, he
Oh.
died. Didn't he?
I don't think
I
he's
noticed
passed away, or he may have. But I saw him. It ain't been just when I was going to Dr. Tucker. He was down there.
But
Now,
now,
brother
what-
Otis might be dead now. I ain't
I'm
heard
trying to
Sister
think
Linda
about-
say.
let's see. Grace was born at Bunker Hill.
Yeah.
Bunker Hill, and I don't know. Velma must have been born at Dillon
I'm trying
because
to
I can't remember nothing about Dillon.
Well, now Dylan, we lived, and they was.
Sunday night with,
Well, I didn't know her. But anyway, I told Noah I didn't know her.
and she was pregnant with her first baby.
I said, now I knew, he
Yeah,
said
that's-
she was Calvin's daughter. I said, yeah. I said, now I knew Cal. I remember Cal. I knew about the Florence.
Yeah, back when you had the
When you
Oh.
straightened her out.
We was living in Florence, and she was running a revival for us.
Helen Moore.
Helen L. Maurer.
Doctor.
And Mother come. And we had been to the bus and met her, and we was talking about things back home, and she busted in and said, "What are y'all doing, talking about me?" And I just stopped washing dishes and turned around, and I said, "Sister Mara, I don't say nothing to your back that I can't tell you to your face." And she turned around and run to the front porch. Papa was on the front porch. And she said, "Well," said, "your wife told me off." He said, "What'd she say?" And she told him what I said. He said, "Well, that's good." And after that, we had no more problems. And my birthday come along. And Sister Chrisley come and brought dinner that day. She told me not to cook, and she brought dinner, and Sister Mara had gone to walk. And she wasn't there. And Sister Chrisley said, "Well, what are we going to do, eat?" I said, "Yeah, it's my birthday. Let's eat." And we started eating, and in comes Sister Mara, and she said, "Well, y'all didn't wait on me." I said, "No, it's my birthday." And I said, "We'd go ahead and eat." So I got where I just give her as good as she said. And I wouldn't have wanted no better friend. We'd go to the assembly, and she'd get me, and she'd say, "Come on, let's go get our ice cream, Sister Smith." And I wouldn't want her no better friend, but I had to get out where I just tell her off. Papa said, "You just got to do it. Don't take it off, Papa. Just tell her as good as she sins." And I did, and so we was good friends. But anyway, she told the church one Sunday morning at Florence, said, "Did
I got off the
Billy
train
got
in
married
Florence.
while
Oh,
we
that's right. That's right. When did
This
you?
is where I got off at.
That's right. You mentioned you married that brother Bennett.
Yep.
He married that
He
nice
had her come got her the day she come into Florence, and then he got her
What's
after
that?
his wife died. He remembered who she was and where
That's
she
been
was.
65 years ago.
Almost.
We was the second pastor. We had 17 members.
Who was the first?
Yeah, Brother Moody.
Moody?
Brother Moody. He built the church.
G.W. Moody.
Had 17 members.
He's dead now.
Oh yeah, Brother Moody's dead.
And nobody knew whether his wife was still living. They couldn't even tell him at the state office
They couldn't.
whether she was still living or not.
Well, I don't know either.
Nobody knew how to get in touch with her.
Somebody would know.
Well, y'all left Billy down here and went to Ennery.
Well,
Y'all gotta
now
hurry
we-
and get
now
to
we
Ennery
may
where
have
Zeno
spoken
can meet
about-
me.
About
But,
when y'all
hey, when she was talking about Helen Mara, though, when Brother Hunter was here, one day somebody come knocking on my door. We lived over on the corner of Jarrett and Evans Street. And I went to the door, and I never will forget Bill Mara's face. Brother Hunter had met them uptown. And she said, "You know what?" She said, "I've got a boyfriend lives here, and if I knew where he lived," said, "I'd go see him." Brother Hunter said, "I know where he lives. Come on and follow me." And they didn't say a word to Bill to tell him where they was going or anything. So they come knocking on my door, and Bill Morrow stood up there, and his eyes got so big, he said, "Little Billy." And she had come to see Jerry.
Jerry was born while she was running revivals for Daddy here.
And well, right after Jerry was a little tiny baby when she was here in that revival.
Yeah.
And but she said that she had a boyfriend that lived here, and Brother Hunter said, "I know where he lives. Come on, follow me."
And we moved to Ennery,
What year was that?
1948.
1948. We moved to Ennery.
I was 6 years old.
And we got there, and there wasn't no bathroom in the house. And they had an outhouse,
behind the house.
and the top was off.
Oh no!
The top had blown off of the outside.
Oh, I thought they had done that so it stayed
Didn't have no
nice
top
and
on the
smelly
bathroom.
You couldn't go when it was pouring
No,
rain.
you couldn't go. And I went to
You
work.
got a shower.
You got a shower. You got a shower.
Oh, it's
Could have went to the woods like we used to
You
do.
could have got a shower too when you went.
I went to work. Me and the ladies, and we put a restroom in the house.
the meal company.
Cause Jerry locked himself in it one weekend.
No, the
and
ladies done it. There was
Claude Kelly is the one that come up there and put it in from the meal company. The meal.
but
is
the ladies raised the money. We raised $500.
But the
For the
but
fixtures.
Claude Kelly's the one
Done
that
the
come up there.
labor probably.
Yeah.
He probably done the labor.
we was up there one weekend.
Joe Kelly, not Claude.
Joe
Joe was
Kelly.
Claude's brother.
One weekend we was up there and I missed Jerry and I went to hunt him and I got out on the back porch and I was hollering because I was always scared to death of that well. There was a well on the back porch and they just had a board across the thing. And I stayed in constant fear every time we went up there. And I went out calling Jerry and he had locked himself in the bathroom and he couldn't get out. And we was all standing at the door trying to tell him how to turn the key, you know.
Malcolm did the same thing one day. He went in there and he took his clothes off and had the water running in the bathtub. He was gonna take a bath and locked himself in. Amos Malcolm's little boy.
But we finally got Jerry to unlock the door. We kept talking to him, you know, telling him, unlock the door, turn the key.
Amos got
And
down.
Frank was just fixing to break the door down, you know, when he finally unlocked it.
Amos talked to Paul and said, Paul, he said, take the key. Can you take the key out of the door? And he took the key out of the door. And he got down and put a nickel under the door, a nickel or a dime, and slid it under there. He said, Paul, can you see that money I slid under the door? He said, yeah. He said, well, you put the key down there and put it down there and see if I can see it. And he put the key down there and slid it down. And Amos got a hold of the key and pulled it out and unlocked the door from the outside. He had sense enough.
But that was smart, because
Yeah.
Frank was fixing to break
Well,
the
that's what he
bathroom
did.
door down.
There was a crack big enough under the door for him to put that money down under there, and the key come out from under there.
And then we remodeled the house.
And he was standing there naked as a jaybird. He said, and had the water running in the tub, and his mom was screaming, Paul, what was you gonna? Me gonna take a bath? Oh man.
And then Papa built the church. And the mill company went with him dollar for dollar. And that was about it.
Thorpe met Mildred.
And Thorpe met
Got
Mildred there.
Went in the Marine Corps.
He
Yeah.
went in the Marine Corps there.
Yeah, he went to the Marine Corps and
Wrote Billy to send me some goodies.
I
Sent you some money, didn't it?
yeah, he would send them boys in his barracks would make up money and send it to me, you know, because Frank worked at Caper's Bakery, and Frank would get them all kinds of cookies and little cakes and stuff, you know, and we'd pack it up and mail it to them.
But it was locked, and it see that they didn't know that I was sending money to get that stuff, or it would have never come in. The drill instructors thought that it was just being sent to us, and that's the only reason why they'd let us keep it. They didn't know that we was slipping out
Well,
the back.
I think Frank started just sending it to you anyway.
I would probably did.
See, that when they saw that he was writing to me and I'd write him, you know, and when they saw my address, they said Caper's Bakery, and then that's when they wanted to start sending stuff to them. But I think you didn't send money but about one time, because I think Frank just started sending you stuff. He'd get the stuff up, you know, and pack it in boxes.
My Lord,
and
you
mail it.
couldn't get nothing down there like that.
And when did you and Mildred get married?
In 1950,
And what day?
December the 19th, 1950, about 62 years ago.
I know the ladies, we had a Christmas party that night at the parsonage. The night y'all got married, we had our ladies' Christmas party at the parsonage that night.
That's the night I almost died coming home from Greenwood. I mean, do y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Ruby, I was in
On
Ruby
that
and
old
Carl's,
car.
and Carl's old car. The
Carbon
perfume
monoxide.
Y'all didn't come down there to Mama Hanvey's
We
with me?
didn't
You'll be
come.
coming.
I wasn't invited.
Well, we didn't have
My
no
Lord,
party.
Danny's the one married us.
I know it, but
Well, I was.
Well, you had stuff, She was in Greenwood and you had that lady's
Yeah.
son.
What do you mean you wasn't invited?
But we didn't send out no
You didn't
invitation.
send no invitation.
Well, it wasn't supposed to be no invitation. You didn't send out invitations back then to get
But
married.
anyway,
Poor people
brought
did.
me home and got over the fumes from that car. I got home and I was just about to die with headache. I thought my head was going to come off. And then Ruby passed out on him going back home. And he had towed her in the house when he got
Why,
home.
the house
The
was
hood,
here.
the
Was coming in that little window, was coming in the window.
Because one of y'all happened to die.
I almost did when I got home, and then Ruby did pass out. I didn't pass out.
And they kept that car forever, didn't
Me
they?
and him went to Norfolk, Virginia.
And
We
then
both
my
like to die
babies,
going up
Jerry and
there.
Matt was just little tiny things. It's wonder they.
Okay, now where were we? We were in Innery, and then y'all left Innery,
And went to Union.
went to Union.
Lois,
Union.
Lois got off in Innery too.
Ain't nothing in Union to tell about.
No, that Mama got sick and like to die.
Union wasn't no fun place.
After y'all, when y'all left Innery, that's where Lois got off the train.
Yeah, Lois left us at Emory.
She stayed with us.
Yeah. And we kept traveling.
And then from Union he went to,
LaFrance.
No, you went to Warrenville.
I mean Warrenville. I knowed it was
You
Warrenville.
backtracking,
No,
Mom.
I knowed it was Warrenville. Went to Warrenville, and then
Then
from
Lake
Warrenville to
City.
Lake City into North Charleston.
and North Charleston was a
Like,
Rugheimer.
That was the end of the journey, pastoring.
that's when he took Gary and Kathy to see the shrimp boats, and Gary wrote home and told
Kathy rode home.
Kathy wrote home and told her mama that they went to see the shrimp boats, and Gary was just carried away by the shrimp boats. And Donna cried and said, I don't want Gary to be carried away by the shrimp boats. I want him to come home.
And every day he'd say, Mama, let's get Papa to go meet the shrimp boats, and I want some more shrimp today. He loved to go down to meet the shrimp boats, and the mosquitoes, they'd want to go out and play, and I said, darling, the mosquitoes will eat you up. Oh, no, Mama, no. And I'd let them go out, and they'd holler, Mama!
They wouldn't stay out but a few
And
minutes.
I'd go get them, and the mosquitoes was just all over them, and I'd get them off of them and wash them and bathe them. And they got where they'd make a playhouse on the steps. In the
Stair
park.
steps.
Stair steps. And they never did beg to go out no more. They'd play on the stair steps. And they had a good time on the steps.
But we left Innery and we should have told, because Bordy died when y'all lived at Innery.
Yeah, Bordy.
No, Bordy died when they lived in
Warrenville.
We lived in
Warrenville.
Warrenville when Bordy died.
Yeah.
Bordy married while they lived
Yeah.
in
Innery.
And they married in April, I think, what?
I don't remember what
Eva
month
May
they
and
married.
Bordy, yeah, they married in April,
And then Bordy died, and while we lived in Warrenville.
January 1955.
New Year's Day,
Yeah.
55.
And then I was operated on February the 1st of 1955 with that stomach operation.
Just operated on a month from the day Bordy died.
Yeah. I almost had to bury me too.
Yeah, we sure did. And there wasn't much at Warrenville. And then we went to Lake City.
I remember one thing that happened at Warrenville.
What?
Papa came, we were down there and Papa came back.
Janice,
No, he come back and they'd been giving somebody been fishing, and we took that man home, and he had the boat behind the car, and we went to Augusta. Was it Augusta? Is that what was close to Warrenville?
Was it Warrenville and
18
Langley and Augusta?
It was Augusta, and we took him back, and he drove 115 miles an hour with all of us, me and Zeno and Lois and Janice and you and him, and I guess that man, somebody that went with him, fishing, and he drove 115 miles an hour going over there, scared us to death.
And Warren was where Papa hurt his back,
Janice
you
wanted,
know.
Yeah.
Janice wanted to ride in the boat. She
Yeah.
took her boat riding.
Did
She
you?
liked it, and she wanted to ride home in the boat.
Yeah, that's where Papa
Yeah,
hurt his
well, I
back.
got it,
Step
you know.
back. You got it on tape,
Yeah.
where Papa hurt his back at Warrenville.
Janice wanted to ride home that day in the boat.
And then we
On the
left.
highway.
Is anything else at Warrenville?
I don't know.
Well,
And then we went to Lake City.
No, Jason's truck's sitting out there, but I don't know where Jason is. He must be gone with somebody else. Okay.
I don't know when Jason left, either.
And then we went to Lake City.
I think Jason must be
And
over there with
I never will
George working
forget
on that motorcycle
The
or
first
something.
Sunday we was there, Eva May and Lois and the children come.
Holly.
And I
Holly
never will
Keisha.
forget
So they all
Kathy.
sat at the table.
Is
all
that
Kathy.
everything on?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord, me walking
Kathy
on.
said,
What's in front of it?
Mama, this
looks like a nigger house. You could see
It did.
you could see the ground through the floor and everything.
And they got such a beautiful
And they've got
parsonage
such a
there.
beautiful parsonage now. But she said, Mama,
Hey,
said, this looks like a nigger house.
Hey.
Richburg.
Oh, that Richburg sells in little. See, this is it right there.
Live for.
I'll go there and see Barbara's place.
You have?
And the man and his wife, they teach a class every Monday, teaching sign language, and he's in charge of all of that in this whole district.
Yeah.